I want to take a few minutes to introduce you to and show you, give you a little tour of this American Eagle, 2003 American Eagle that we have for sale. Its American Coach was the kind of the top brand that Fleetwood made back in the 2003 era, which is the year of this particular coach. One of the advantages of buying a coach from a manufacturer that's still in business is that should you ever need any particular part, you can go over here and find the Fleetwood ID number on there, call them up, and they will be able to find the part for you that you may need. That's not always the case, of course, with coaches that have gone out, with companies that have gone out of business. Here's the front of it. It's in pretty good shape. Obviously, there's some rock chips and stuff at the very top, or at the very beginning of it. But considering that it's 15 years old, you got to expect something like that. One of the things you're going to see on here is a little bit of delamination, where apparently at some point or another some water must have gotten in, and between the fiberglass and whatever that's attached to. I think the newer construction methods are able to avoid that, but it's fairly common in coaches like this. And what you see is just a little rippling, like, I don't know, can you catch that or not? Just a little rippling along here. You don't even feel it. It feels perfectly smooth, but there's a little rippling. And there's another one right back here. I think it's probably right around in there. There's a little rippling. Anyway, not a big deal. It's not a structural problem. It's just a cosmetic one. However, to repair it is hideously expensive, so I've just never worried about it. Here's the engine compartment. Not much to see back here, really. It is a 8.9 liter Cummins engine, 400 horsepower. I believe it's about 1,250 pound-feet of torque, but it still doesn't do 0 to 60 very fast, I'll tell you that. Here are some of the luggage bays. This one here is your filters, your oil filter, and the filter for the compressed air system, and the engine air filter. We had these filters replaced on a regular basis, so they're in pretty good shape. Certainly the air filter needs to be done about every 2 or 3 years. The engine air filter, not that often, but it does. And here's the battery compartment. You've got two 12-volt batteries in parallel for starting both the main engine and the generator, and then you've got 6-volt golf cart batteries, essentially, which serve as your house power. And they are on slides. They come out rather easily. I guess I can't really demonstrate that with one hand, but nonetheless, that's how that works quite well. Let's take a look at some of these other. Now, the rest of these luggage compartments all fold up, which is really neat. They don't bang your head or anything. We just got basically all kinds of storage stuff in here. And the same with this one here. Oh boy, there we are. This compartment has a so-called Joey bed, which is a slide-out thing. That can be quite handy when you got a lot of stuff packed in there, so you don't have to get on your hands and knees and dig through it. Here's one that has a ladder in it. We have a couple of folding bikes that we never use. Shouldn't have gotten them in the first place, but you think about things and then you don't use them. And here is a storage bin where at one time there had been a television in here. In fact, you can even see the speakers, and there's actually still a Sony radio in there. It was an old cathode ray tube TV, and we got rid of it because we just wouldn't use it, and use that area for storage. The front tires are Sumitomos. The back ones are Michelin's. They are all from 2011, and they're in good shape. No molding cracks or anything like that on the sidewalls, but eventually they're going to have to be replaced. Here is the access to the generator. The generator just slides out like that. And there you have it, the Onan 7500 watt generator. We have the oil and filter changed on that every year as well, and it has been very, very Very, very satisfactory. Never given us a shred of trouble. This cargo bay right here has your propane tank. I guess it's a 50, is it 50 gallon or 50 pound? I'm not just sure. But anyway, that the propane lasts a long time unless you have to use the furnace. If you have to use the furnace, then the propane doesn't last that long. But just for operating the refrigerator and the storage area here, we have an air compressor in there for airing up the tires. Here's the outlets for the heater, the exhaust for the heater, and here is the sewer and water bay. And now the tank indicator here works perfectly well. The one on the inside, unfortunately, does not work. But well, there it shows our fresh water is the black and gray are both empty. Well, the black is a quarter full. I'm surprised about that. I thought we had dumped that. And there's your propane. That's full also at the moment. The coach has the capability of flushing out your black and gray water tanks if you want. We flush out the black, not the gray. It doesn't seem to be necessary. And then finally back here we have what the oh yeah, this is the electrical bay, and we have our 150 amp cord there. Right now it's stoppered down to a 20 amp outlet, which runs the battery charger. The side mounted radiator is a good feature. Cuts down on the amount of labor time involved in doing some of the engine work, and that makes a lot of sense because those RV places get, what is it, something like $120 an hour in many cases to work on your engine, and you want to try to avoid that where possible. Cut that down as much as possible. There's another view of the generator room, and we'll go inside now. Take a look in here. There we go. It'd be nice to get out of that wind. I suspect that's probably making a mess of the recording. But anyway, here we are inside, and we have right here the co-pilot's chair, an extra wide chair, which is great if you have a kitty or a dog that wants to sit there with you, and or a grandchild or something like that. And here's the captain's chair. Both are very comfortable chairs, and you don't get a backache from the chairs. You get tired from driving, but not from the chairs. Here's where the generator hours are. Let's see if we can sneak down and grab that quickly. Oh, what is it? Something like 3,200, I believe. And here's the tire pressure monitor system. I think that's really important to have that, because if your tires get low, you won't necessarily know about it, and if you don't want to have a blowout in one of these things, boy, that'll tear the dickens out of the coach, and can be a very, very expensive proposition. Here's the we had the original TVs taken out and flat screens put in. This is I believe this is a Samsung plasma TV. It's nice and bright. Up here is the DVD player, and right here is the center speaker, the Bose center speaker, and the Onkyo integrated amplifier. The sound when you're on the 110 volt system is really, really spectacular. Here's your left channel Bose speaker, and over here is your right channel Bose speaker. Looking down the coach from the front here, you see there's a lot of storage space in these cabinets. Beautiful cabinetry work. It's all cherry wood and in excellent condition. The sofa here is a jackknife sofa. It will come out, and you can make it into a second bed for guests if that be necessary. And here is the chair, which is opposite the sofa. A lot of coaches have two sofas opposite each other, which doesn't seem to me like a very efficient use of space. Two adults don't often need two couches, but they can use a couch and a chair, and there we are. Here's a nice little cabinet with a drawer and some cabinet space beneath it. We use that for our for TV remotes and things of that nature. And here's a better view now of the galley area. As you can see, there is a lot of counter space and a lot of storage space, and plenty of room for meal preparation and things like that. The sinks are covered with these Corian inserts, and back over here is the convection microwave, convection oven and microwave, and beneath that is the stovetop, a two-burner propane stovetop. We've never found that you need more than 2 burners on this, and the microwave, like I say, is also a convection oven, and that works really well. My wife has made a number of baked goods, and they all come out quite good. One of the things I really like about this design is that when the slides are in, you can access a fair amount of stuff, including the microwave. Look at this. It just barely clears the slide by maybe, what, 1/4 of an inch or something like that. Either some mechanical engineer was a real genius or they got lucky in the way that worked out. But you can operate the microwave when the slides are in. And when the slides are in, there's really plenty of room to get around. You're not cramped and you're not really unable to get from one spot to the other. Here's the refrigerator. This is one of those infamous Norcold 1200s, 4-sided refrigerator. The problem with these is that they have in some cases caught fire and burned up entire coaches. But Norcold has put in a recall on them, and there is a device back there that will shut the refrigerator down if it gets too hot. If you take a look back there, we didn't do this when we were outside, but if you take a look back there, you'll see that there's no stain, no ammonia stains at all, no green residue anywhere, which means that the system is good and tight. If I were to replace this, I would probably replace it with an Amish cooling unit. A lot of people like to put residential style refrigerators in here, but I think sometimes you have to actually take the front window out to get them in. It's a headache. And the Amish cooling unit is supposed to be a very good one, and that's what I would do if this Norcold one ever failed. But it hasn't failed. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, is my motto. And here's the dinette area. There is a leaf that comes out that you can put in there to add additional seating, as well as a couple of chairs in the storage area and back. All of this upholstery is in pretty good shape, as you can tell. The carpet, light-colored white carpet. Why anybody put white carpet in an RV, I have no idea, but they did, and we've kept it clean. It looks pretty good. Here's the floor tile. That's in excellent condition. And now we'll move to the back of the coach. Here is a door, a sliding door that there we go. That slides, that blocks off the front of the coach from the rear. Okay, that's a very nice piece of wood, beautifully done. And over here we have the area for the washer and dryer. That's right in here. And beneath that is a hamper for your worn clothing, used clothing. The head is in here. Very straightforward. You'll find that the black water capacity is pretty impressive. We dump the gray water a lot more frequently than we do the black. And so there we have that. Here's the shower. Sometimes you say, I don't want to take a shower in a parakeet cage, but this is no parakeet cage. This is a good-sized shower. Plenty of room in here to stand up and get yourself dried off and everything. It works very, very nicely. Plenty of water pressure and actually, surprisingly, plenty of hot water. I think it's only about a 10-gallon tank, but there certainly seems to be an adequate amount of hot water. This is the sink right here, and above it, of course, is the medicine chest with mirrors and so on. Lots of storage space everywhere. There in the back, you have a cedar chest, a cedar closet, actually, a cedar-lined closet. It doesn't smell of cedar right now, but that could be fixed up easily enough, I reckon. And the queen-size bed. The mattress, we do not find all that comfortable. We put a mattress topper on there. If we were keeping the coach, we'd probably get a new mattress, but I'm not going to do that because whoever buys the coach might find that it is not very comfortable. Mattresses are a very personal thing. I'm just going to slide this out a little bit and give myself a little room to get back here and show you the view of the bedroom from the far end. This is from the closet end. Again, really nice cabinetry and nice light fixtures here. Storage space up there. Here is the television set for the back bedroom. Again, it's a flat screen. This one happens to be a Toshiba. We don't watch much television, but I figured if we're replacing one of those old CRT TVs, we might as well do the other one. Here's the closet area. We got our junk in here right now, but there's plenty of room in there. Okay, I think that really just about covers the sum and substance of it. I certainly look forward to answering any questions that you may have about the rig. I invite you to come and take a look at it, plow through it, see what you think, and I think you'll find it to be very, very livable and comfortable, and it's well maintained and in excellent condition. And with that, I will say thank you very much for watching.